Elon Musk has had a busy few weeks. Well, busier than usual. The multi-talented entrepreneur was recently interviewed by the Financial Times, and he discussed about the acquisition of Twitter, the future of Tesla and SpaceX, and many other things. If you don't have the time or the patience to watch the full 40 minutes interview, fear not, because I'm the market monkey, and in this summary, I'm gonna give you the most must-see moments of the event. Let's go! When will Elon officially become the CEO of Twitter? Will he really unban Trump? Elon Musk believes that Twitter can be a great platform for exchanging ideas, but it needs to get rid of bots, scams, and spammers. He thinks that transparency will build trust with users, and that the algorithm should be open sourced so that people can suggest changes. He claimed that he already put the algorithm on GitHub and asked for improvement suggestions to the user base. Elon also believes that Twitter is biased to the left and should be more even-handed. I don't think this is a situation where you're going to necessarily get a lot of praise. You're just going to balance the anger, he quipped, laughing. When asked if his association with Twitter may damage his Tesla business, Musk said it's very unlikely. However, the chip shortage and the global supply chain are currently limiting how many cars Tesla can actually produce. Elon also mentioned that they will probably stop taking orders for anything beyond a certain period of time, because some of the orders are a year away. Elon Musk said that the Twitter deal is not yet finalized, and there are still some things that need to be done before it is. He also said that it would take 2 or 3 months for the best case scenario to happen. Elon Musk does not agree with the decision to ban Donald Trump from Twitter because it alienated a large part of the population and did not ultimately lead to Trump ceasing to have a voice. He believes that there should be a reversal of the permanent ban, as it fundamentally undermines trust in Twitter as a platform for open debate. According to him, there should be more dialogue and discussion on Twitter, not less, and permabans are foolish and morally bad decisions. Where will Tesla be in 2030? And when is SpaceX bringing us to Mars? Elon Musk spoke to the Financial Times about Tesla's plans for the future. He said that they hope to replace 1% of the global fleet of cars and trucks with electric vehicles each year, for a total of 20 million by 2030. He also said that it's not a promise but an aspiration. Tesla is growing rapidly, and if that growth continues, they will reach their goal. But Musk stressed that it won't be easy, even if their annual growth rates are faster than any large manufactured product in the history of Earth. Elon Musk does not see any fundamental production constraints for Tesla vehicles in the future. He cited the limited availability of raw materials for battery production, but says that this will not be a problem in the long term. Instead, he believes that the biggest challenge for Tesla's growth is the necessary equipment to convert ore into battery-grade materials. This is because sustainable energy sources like solar and wind are intermittent, meaning that stationary battery packs are needed to store energy when these sources are not available. Elon Musk doesn't think Tesla has reached its final goal yet, but the company succeeded getting the automotive industry to move strongly towards electric vehicles. He says this part of the goal has been accomplished, but because the industry was dismissive of electric vehicles for a long time, there's still a lot of work to be done. He also plans to extend life beyond Earth and provide internet coverage to the least served in the world through his other companies, SpaceX and Starlink. Speaking of SpaceX, Elon Musk believes that with the development of Starship, they should be able to send a crewed mission to Mars before the end of the decade. He also mentioned that their goal is to get Starship to Mars uncrewed in 3 to 5 years. Did Elon really say that Americans are lazy? The topic of the interview then moved to China. Musk said that China is a very significant market for Tesla, likely making up around 25 to 30% of their business in the long term. The rest of the world makes up around 3/4 of their market. He said that the Chinese government had asked him multiple times to open a factory in China, but he refused because they wanted it to be 51% locally owned. He is expanding their Shanghai factory, but they have no plans to open any additional plants in China in the near future. Instead, they're focusing on their new factories in Texas. Elon Musk believes that the most progress in the electric vehicle industry is being made by Volkswagen, with Chinese companies not far behind. He attributes this to the high concentration of hardworking, talented people in China and their dedication to manufacturing. According to the Tesla CEO, in America, people are more likely to avoid going to work altogether. Needless to say, this statement didn't go down well with a lot of people, and the memes on the subject are flooding the internet. Elon Musk closed this part of the interview discussing his past criticism of lockdowns and how the Chinese government is now lifting them rapidly. He also spoke about how Tesla was unfairly singled out in the past by other car factories in North America in that regard. Are the deaths of people testing Tesla's Autopilot a needed sacrifice? Elon believes that self-driving cars will be much safer than human drivers, to the point where they're potentially 10 times safer. However, he understands that some people may have reservations about this idea, as there have been accidents involving autonomous vehicles in the past. He remains confident, nevertheless, that with continued development, these issues will be resolved. The entrepreneur talked about the people who died testing Tesla's autopilot mode. He said that it's important to note that they never said that the Tesla Autopilot does not require attention. In fact, they remind you of that every time you turn turn it on. He also added that there's a far superior number of people that don't know that their lives were saved because of the autopilot mode. He concluded saying that he thinks it's more important to do what is morally right, even if it means getting sued. Elon Musk open-sourced Tesla's patents in order to help others speed up the process of electric vehicle development. He doesn't think that car makers will have much trouble electrifying their vehicles, but he thinks they may be interested in Tesla's autopilot technology. Will Elon Musk combine all of his business together? Elon Musk doesn't think it would be a good idea to combine all his businesses under one umbrella because they have different shareholder bases and objectives. He says some of his employees are willing to work for both SpaceX and Tesla, but only if they can work on interesting projects that interest them. Money is not a motivating factor for those employees. They're interested in working on challenging projects that will push the boundaries of what's possible. Are tunnels the ultimate solution to get rid of traffic? Elon Musk believes that tunnels are a much better solution to traffic congestion than traditional roads. He argued that this is because a 3D road network can more easily match the dimensionality of tall buildings and other multi-level structures. Furthermore, he noted that Las Vegas has already implemented a test tunnel with great success, and he seemed rather annoyed that most people are skeptical about such an effective solution to reduce traffic. In contrast, Elon Musk does not think that flying cars will be successful because they're very noisy and generate a lot of wind force. He also thinks that they would be uncomfortable for people to have to fly over their backyard and stare at them all day. Elon concluded the interview saying he's not worried about Tesla's future, as he believes they will generate a lot of free cash flow. He cited the short-term hiccup with the COVID restrictions in Shanghai, but remained confident in the company's prospects. And while Musk ruled out acquiring new businesses in the near future, he left a door open for buying mining companies, if that would help accelerating the transition towards sustainable energy.
I'm the Market Monkey, and if you found this video useful, please hit that like button and consider subscribing and turning the notifications on. This video does not constitute as financial nor trading advice, and to be frank, you'd be crazy to follow the directions of some random gorilla on the internet.